Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So as sure as you can be that the sun will rise in the east, so too can you be sure that there's always another round of Niji Sanji related drama around the next corner, and that's exactly what we're dealing with today. Multiple controversies involving Niji Sanji through their management and also the actions of their livers, both past and present. So let's begin with Mint Maid, who of course is a former Niji Sanji EN liver who has moved on to her independent career as Mint Maid, who recently celebrated hitting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and also received her silver play button from YouTube as a result, which is a big accomplishment for any YouTuber, but especially for former Niji Sanji talents, because it is very well documented that livers from Niji Sanji do not receive their silver play buttons. Rather, they are kept as basically fancy decorations for the corporate office. Now, also, a lot of people have been talking about Mint Maid because of this clip from about 2 days ago that has stirred a lot of controversy. You can see the title here saying, Mint never received fans' gifts that got sent through Niji Sanji EN. Obviously a very terrible look, so let's hear what Mint Maid had to say about this subject.
What's your policy for gifts at Offkai? Anything but food is okay. I honestly don't mind like snacks if they're wrapped, but like no handmade food or... So gifts are okay, which I think, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. It will be like my first time receiving gifts, so I'm really excited about it because back in heaven, there were times when people would give gifts and we were told that we would receive them, and I never received them. And I think about it all the time because I just feel so bad about it, how there were people that were giving certain things or maybe bought something with their own money and then I just never received the gift. So I don't know if like maybe I'm still waiting on it. I don't know, but even from previous times too, like the people would give stuff and then it would just never show up in the mail. I'm really sorry if that happened. That's why I'm excited this time that I will actually be able to receive. Heaven delivery caught lacking. There was stuff too that I was really looking forward to. But did you ever receive your letters? I did receive those. That's why I thought it was strange that I never got the gifts.
Obviously, this clip is a really bad look for Niji Sanji, in particular their management, because it shows a potential pattern of behavior where some of their talents are not getting gifts that are being sent in from fans. Now, let's see some of the reactions to this clip on YouTube. So here's the top comments. The first one says, "Every time I think Niji Sanji can't possibly get any shittier than they already are, I am always proven wrong. Such a pathetic excuse for a company." The next one reads, "What an absolutely awful and despicable company Niji Sanji is. Holy crap, going out of your way to prevent your talents from receiving gifts from fans and not telling said fans that you're doing so is beyond scummy. When you thought they couldn't be any worse, ridiculous, especially since they told her they'd send the gifts. Letters lack monetary value. Gifts, Niji Sanji. Money, yoink." And that's a pretty good point. If you didn't catch that, it sounds like she got the letters, which have sentimental value, but she did not get the actual physical gifts that do have monetary value, which is a very interesting choice by their management. But this last comment is an important one, saying, "Well, folks, now we know it's pointless to send fan mail to any Niji talents because they will never get them. They probably just end up getting thrown into a closet along with the talents play buttons." And that's a very fair point. Despite everything that's happened, if you're still a Niji Sanji fan, keep that in mind. If you're going to send gifts to the talents, they might not ever actually receive them. So it's a waste of your time and your effort and money, what have you. So now we're going to move on to the next topic of this video. And it's a bit of an update to a story I shared a few days ago where we focused on this tweet from a Japanese HoloStars member where he shared the fact that he ordered McDonald's. And as a result, a lot of people in the replies were attacking Astle, claiming that he violated a current boycott. Now that boycott involves some companies that people believe are supporting Israel, which then in turn hurts Palestinians, and they have this boycott list that was being spammed in his replies where McDonald's is listed as one of those companies you're not supposed to support, as well as companies like Google, which a lot of these people are supporting in their attempt to complain about Astle's tweet. But nonetheless, this is not too surprising. We saw the same thing happen to Niji Sanji EN liver Scarlet only a few months ago when she had a stream where she planned on trying every cake from Starbucks Japan, and Starbucks is another company that is on some of these boycott lists, so people were angry at her for that and were going into her stream and demanding that she quit what she was doing, and eventually she would apologize and cancel that portion of her stream. And I said it's only a matter of time, based on the situation with Astle, that's going to happen again to Niji Sanji, and that's exactly what happened. So now we're going to change our focus to Niji Sanji, Ian Liver, Doppio, Drop Scythe, who would find himself in the same situation as Scarlet and Astle when he would make this reply saying, "I need it so bad," to a promotional post for a Yu-Gi-Oh! X Hello Kitty and Friends McDonald's collab, which is obviously a big no-no, and you can see the replies. They look very, very similar to that of Astle in his tweet, where people are sharing the boycott list and expressing their staunch disappointment in Doppio for supporting McDonald's by simply saying that he's interested in some of the toys being shared by that collaboration. But you would also see Enna adding into the mix saying, "Ha ha ha, which one are you hoping to get the most?" Which would make even more people upset, because now 2 Ian Livers have engaged in this tweet, and people would share this saying, "Hey, Pio and Enna, I'm not sure if you're aware, but McDonald's is funding a genocide in Palestine. Please educate yourselves." That is a very interesting choice of words. Educate yourself being one that is used often to mock the virtue signaling of Niji Sanji Ian talents. But yeah, a lot of this is a great deal of virtue signaling. People believing that these individuals from Niji Sanji Ian are somehow causing harm to people by simply showing an interest in a tweet about McDonald's. It seems a bit ridiculous when there's much more productive ways to accomplish your goals with that whole situation. And again, a lot of it is people being very, very cruel to these Niji Sanji Ian Livers for what they believe is a grave mistake. But for these various talents, they probably weren't even aware of this boycott list, and now all of these people swarming their replies are probably not going to have a very big effect when it comes to changing the behavior of these Livers. But moving on to another story involving an Ian Liver from Niji Sanji. We're going to talk about Albin Knox here, who recently, through a post from the main Niji Sanji Ian account, announced his upcoming hiatus. So it says he will be starting his hiatus on June 3rd of 2024. And he'll be doing this hiatus in order to pursue personal projects and growth, and he will continue to update his X, formerly Twitter account, whenever possible. Albin's return date is currently not confirmed, but based on discussions with him, we expect that he will resume activities around late September or early October. And he would do a quick video explaining what's going on, but he would also very quickly update his X about this situation, where he would say in quotes, "Albin got suspended. Albin is totally graduating. There's no way he's coming back," end quote. And he would say, "The people that are this silly haven't actually watched my explanation stream and are going to look really, really stupid when I come back better than ever. If you see stuff like this, just ignore it. Trust the process." Now, of course, this is another Niji Sanji Ian Liver getting one guide on Twitter where they see a couple comments about the possible suspension or graduation of Albin being masked by this hiatus announcement, and then going to Twitter and making a whole tweet responding to these people and enabling them further. But you have to understand, like, I get it, based on the shared information on the stream and the tweet, it sounds like he is taking a hiatus to focus on some personal growth and other projects. Sounds great. Unfortunately, a lot of people are skeptical based on the history of Niji Sanji, where they have often said that a certain Liver is going on a hiatus, or they are suspended, or whatever, and it's not the full truth. Either they're being shadow suspended when they're being told, or it's being told that they're on a hiatus or a break, or when they're being told that they're suspended, they've already been terminated. We've seen this happen where the public information doesn't line up with what's going on behind the scenes, and eventually people finding out that there is a difference. So I understand why people would be skeptical of an announcement like this, but from everything we see, if you're to trust Albin's words, he's just taking a hiatus, but it is not surprising that people are skeptical of what's going on. And we would see Renzoto, another Ian Liver, make this reply saying, "Some people are literally blinded by hate. No amount of perspective can help with a confusion like that, sadly." Now, you guys remember this joint statement made by Alira Pandora, Vox Akuma, and Ike Evelyn from a few months ago, where they essentially told Doki Bird she was a liar and threw her under the bus when she was in a very vulnerable state at that time after being recently terminated by the company? Yes, remember the kind of people who shared that message. And now they want to talk about people blindly hating things when, of course, he was one of the many people who promoted that stream, throwing Dokibird under the bus and calling her a liar in the process. But now we're going to move on to the next topic of this video. That's a bit of an update to a video that I made a few days ago where I talked very briefly about some rumors that were surrounding a new set of VTubers who were set to debut for Niji Sanji, a new group here. And some people were sharing a rumor that the male VTuber here was connected to a YouTube account that was pretty problematic. This was based on many different posts, but in particular one of these Reddit posts here saying, I saw the teaser, I recognized the new guy, I was a mod for him when he did ASMR roleplay. He scammed his fans and 2 to 3 of his mods into thousands of dollars in debt. I'm currently working on a document and will, with more information that I've been getting. This will take longer than I'd like to write, so please keep an eye out and hopefully I will finish it by the time he debuts. Look up this Nighttime Audios channel. So if you look up that channel, you can see it is a boyfriend ASMR channel. And the last video they made, which was 3 weeks ago, is a black screen video where they're apologizing for various controversies they were involved in. Not too important for the context of this video, but based on the time period of not only the videos, but also this apology, it doesn't really line up with someone who just got announced as an upcoming Niji Sanji Ian Liver, especially when the tryouts and the announcements behind the scenes probably happened a while ago. And this Nighttime Audios account would actually make a response because a lot of people were going to their account and basically accusing them of being this new Niji Sanji Ian Liver. And as it turns out, according to them, that is not true, where they say there are a lot of speculations and rumors on me joining some VTuber community that is rather problematic and other unfortunate things, all because I sound like the newest member. These are false. Those who follow me know I've made some mistakes and got into some issues with some old followers who I unfortunately hurt. I am a human who makes mistakes, and I am both undeserving of this channel and the things I have. I am not a part of Niji or whatever it is called. I am appalled to have been woken up by comments calling me an assaulter and an abuser and all these things that this company has supposedly done. Below is a Twitter thread of literal proof I am not who those say I am. I am a cringe ASMR YouTuber. I am not a VTuber with a problematic company. Below is the threat I received by an old follower after I messaged them a full-on apology. I'm turning comments off to protect myself. I shouldn't receive the hate of other people's actions. Nighttime Audios is done. Stop lying to people just to get justice. And here's the post they're referring to, where we would see this individual who claims that they are the girlfriend of the Nighttime Audios channel, who had heard about the rumors of him being a character in Niji Sanji, and they say that this connection is false and that this Nighttime Audios channel and the person behind it has nothing to do with Niji Sanji or the particular VTuber in their new wave. So now we're going to move on to another story for this video and another update to something that I covered about 2 weeks ago. So there was a situation where the Japanese branch had a collab with an energy drink company, and some of the management decided to mix the energy drink with alcohol, which of course is something that can be an issue for some people with certain health conditions. You're mixing something like alcohol that slows down your heart with something like an energy drink that increases your heart rate, and that might be an issue, like I said, for people with certain medical conditions. And of course, some people are pointing out that this is not a good idea. And the real issue is that they never said you shouldn't mix these things. And the ASAP Club, the energy drink, would make a tweet right after claiming that there is no danger here and that there's nothing to worry about, and they address kind of the issue. But right afterwards, the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture would make a tweet reminding people that there is danger to mixing alcohol with energy drinks, which left a lot of people confused as to what's going to happen next in the situation. However, we would get an update very recently from ASAP Club, and you can see Rima here providing a too long didn't read version of events based on the translations, and also I will be collabing with her on her podcast tomorrow. If you want to check that out, you can see all the details on Twitter. But she says this: ASAP Club has now issued a correction. backpedaling on their initial statement, they now acknowledge that mixing their drinks with alcohol could potentially be harmful, especially for individuals under the age of 20. The company has deleted their previous post to prevent further confusion and misinformation. And I know a lot of people are attacking the VTuber Kyo for covering the situation too, and this really just kind of coincides with everything that he was saying, and a lot of the antis on Twitter have been effectively proven wrong by this update, which of course I don't think many of them will acknowledge. But moving on to the final story for this video, some more news coming out of Nijisanji, Japan. You can see this liver here named Suzuka Utako, and she has been a very long time member of Nijisanji. You can see her account was made back in 2018. Well, she has announced through their main account here that she will be graduating in June of this year, which is a very, very big set of news. You can see the number of likes on this announcement, well over 200,000 and nearly 25 million views on the announcement tweet. That is a very large amount of attention. That just goes to show how much this person had an impact on Nijisanji and fans across the world. But that is going to do it for this video. Obviously, a lot going on here with both sides of Nijisanji, the English and Japanese branches here. But yeah, as always, feel free to share your thoughts about the various topics covered in today's video in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.